Hello students. Through previous videos, we have seen the national income and its related aggregates. Now, we will see how to actually calculate the value of national income. So one by one we will see all the methods. First of all, let us revise what is national income. National income means the value of goods and services produced by a country during a financial year. Okay, so all the goods and services that are produced by a country during a financial year is estimated to be its national income. For calculating the national income, we use three methods. The first one is value added method, the second is income method, and the third one is expenditure method. So in this video, we are going to basically deal with the first method, that is value added method. First of all, let us see what does value added method mean. In this method, the final value of goods and services produced in an economy is estimated and then required adjustments are made to get the value of national income. So what you need to keep in mind is that in value added method, we take the values of what? The values of goods and services which are being produced. Any of the commodity or whatever is being produced, we take its final value, that value in which it will be sold in the market, and when all those values are added, it forms our national income. This method is also known as net output method or product method or industrial origin method. Now let us have a look at its formula. So the formula for gross value added method is GVA slash GDP-MP. It means that gross value added, or we can say GDP-MP. Okay. So first thing that we get to know is that when we use the value added method, we arrive at GDP-MP. Okay. What I am saying is that when we use the value added method, at last we will get the final value as our GDP-MP, that is gross domestic product at market price, and from there we can convert it to any of the values that we require. So what is its formula? Let us see. Gross value output minus intermediate consumption. So in question, if directly the values are given of gross value output and intermediate consumption, then just we will apply this formula and we will get the gross value added or our GDP-MP. But if it is not given directly, then one by one we will see that what we need to find in the question. So first one is gross value output. As per our formula, we need the GVO, that is gross value output. So what are its components? Let us see. So gross value output is equal to sales plus change in stocks. Okay. The formula or what it constitutes of is sales plus change in stocks. Now sales will include both the domestic sales as well as all the exports. And change in stocks, either it will be given directly in the question. If not given, then you will be given the value of opening stock and closing stock. So to get the value of change in stocks, what we will do? Closing stock minus opening stock, and we will get the value of change in stocks. We will add that in sales and we will get the value of gross value output. So as per our formula, we have got the value of gross value output. Now we need the intermediate consumption. If it is given directly, then it's okay. If not given, then what are its components? Domestic purchase. You can see intermediate consumption is equal to domestic purchase plus imports. Okay. So wherever in the question domestic purchase is given, we will assume that it is our intermediate consumption, or if imports is given, then we will add it to the domestic purchase and it will comprise of our intermediate consumption. And by applying this formula, we will get the value of GDP-MP. Let us see step by step that how can we calculate national income by value added method. Formula will be same, but let us look at the steps. First step says that add the final values of goods and services produced by all the three sectors, that is primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, and estimate the gross value of goods at market price. What it means is that we have to add the value of goods and services, okay, whatever goods and services of whichever sector, it may be either primary, secondary, or tertiary, and when we will add this, we will get the gross value output. Now second steps is that subtract the value of intermediate consumption. So intermediate consumption, what we have seen, that it comprises of domestic sales plus imports. So once we get the value of intermediate consumption, we have to subtract it from gross value output that we have found in step 1. And by doing this, we will get the value of GDP-MP, that is gross domestic product at market price. Now, as we have got the value of GDP-MP, now we will reach till national income. So for that, let's first convert our GDP-MP into NDP-MP. So from gross, we have to go to net. For that, simply we will subtract depreciation. So GDP-MP minus depreciation will give us NDP-MP. Now we have got NDP-MP. So our next step will be to convert MP, that is market price, into FC, that is factor cost. So to convert, we will subtract NIT from NDP MP, which will give us NDP FC. Okay. In the next step, after getting NDP FC, that is net domestic product, to make it national product, from domestic we have to go to national. So simply we will add NFIA, net factor income from abroad, to it, and we will get the value of NNPFC, which is our national income. So these were the steps through which we could calculate national income by value added method. Now while calculating the value of national income, we have to keep some points in mind. So these are the precautions. The first point here says that we have to include only the original sale and purchase of goods and not the second hand sales, because at the first time only its value will be added. So second hand sales and purchase will not be included in the calculation. Second point states that although we are not including the value of second hand selling and purchasing, but if there is any brokerage or commission included in this, if we are having any agent is there and we are paying any commission to him, then this amount of commission will be included in the calculation of national income through value added. Okay, because he is following his profession. If any agent is there, it is his profession, so that commission will be his income. Okay, in that case this factor income will be included. Next point here says that only the value of final goods and services are included, okay, and not the intermediate goods. So only whichever final value will be there, that we have to include. In fourth point, it is given that if there is any output for self consumption, if any farmer is there and he has produced some unit for his own consumption, then that unit or that commodity for his self consumption, its value will be included in the calculation of national income. Next point to be kept in mind is that if there is any imputed rental value, then this will be included in the calculation. What does imputed rental value means? That it is the value of house occupied by the owner itself. Suppose we are living in our own house, but if we would have given it in the rent, then there would have been some rental value. But since we are the owner, we are not paying rent to ourselves, but there is some rental value which is known as imputed rental value. So if this value is given in the question, we will include this in our question. Sixth point says that there are some services or many of the services that we do in daily activities for our self-consumption, like housewives working in a house, or father teaching his own child, or any of such examples. Okay, so if there are some kind of those services where money is not included, non-monetary activities, so this type of activities will not be included in the calculation of national income. So students, this was all about the calculation of national income through value added method. We have seen its formula, its components, what are the steps involved, and about its precautions. Okay, in next video we will cover the topic of calculation of national income through income method. Thank you.